Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you... Let's be fair, I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass. Yeah, well, fuck you too then. You have any more questions or style it?
He's not too offended. The experience has changed something in him.
No problem.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man...
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fella.
His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Okay, Mr. Sunshine. I guess I'd be pretty gloomy, too, had I gotten shot in the ass. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine. But Angus... he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid went down
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts. An honest tactic and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit. Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him.
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him.
Well, yeah. Memento mori, right? It means you might die tomorrow, so live every day like it's your last.
Absolutely. Today.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
The tone of the statement is so matter-of-fact. It's as though he were talking about picking up a morning newspaper on his daily walk around the block.
We're hunting that rat down. I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fella. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are...
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again. Nope.
He did. He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a...
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Jamrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest bird.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the experience.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book. Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars made the best tattoos.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a...
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
I will, Capo. That's a promise. Now scoot.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town...
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12%.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. Only static, no reply. Only the...
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid. No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If any, you can try calling again. Just don't mention that.
They're shutting you up, silencing you. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of toad. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir. I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there always... But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight. This was Cindy the Skull. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. The lieutenant has taken a small step. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Time to crack this case. Let's really have a close look at that window.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics. In its purest form. Now, what can I do? You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
No, it's different. Those film tapes actually mean something to me. But this is just a worthless... Huh? What do you mean? Yes, what about it? Is it any good? The music, I mean. Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects.
hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes...
A hand on his ear.
Wow! Did you get this from Arnold?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is...
Listen, I'm just going... assault! It would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody? Like a folk song?
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of...
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is... No. This is definitely part of the same. Something mysterious is going on here.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Yeah, I'll remember.
I think you might know the answer.
But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, Yo man, what's on there hardcore? It's just a style.
Welcome back. Ouch. I did notice you limping. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess, anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man.
Yes, what is it?
The mother of human. Only the red cable is plugged.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye? We're inside the chimney, but when I arrived here...
Plaisance was right. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house?
Creative.
I'm listening. Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion. The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. Sure, I'm listening. Oh boy, the place...
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Of course not. Eventually, Ravishell iCity lost the price war to its rival. Maybe. He said that the...
Sounds scary.
It's an imaginary by telling you to do more...
A wise and noble beast. Guide...
Understandable. Anyway.
Little spot outside its...
Anything else? Another failed business perhaps? Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. Nothing really.
The lieutenant.
Your window looks directly...
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know...
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand! I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked. No sale. Oh my god! Even the police can't take care of all of this. Just look at that limp. Someone should do something about this. Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. Yes, I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime. No, you're right, officer. In the meantime, do buy the books. As many as you can. They won't be here for much longer.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
Give me a moment.
our tenant, the policeman. I hope even I can see that. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. What do you expect? Police officers get put into dangerous situations.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter life is garbage. You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from...
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of location. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of the island in the bay.
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I find that hard to believe, but at this point, what difference does it make? Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. I remember. So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. The wind blows in from the open. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez. There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
Not a lot, no. Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village.
A red thread. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the... A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your...
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out for the time being. No, man. Not today. Today is war.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's no...
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live. You know it, friend.
Stuck in the windows, fumes of heavy The old king and his horse have been cut at the bottom of the post.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't he?
The worn and beaten.
We can sit on bench.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you? Oh, well, thank you, officer. It certainly lightened the mood.
The thick journal bound in brown leather. Hard to tell exactly.
There could
Professionalism, esoteric radio, short, wry observations of the way some of those staff issues. The first entry is from nothing on March 4th. She is referring to nothing on March 4th. She is referring to that name, Small Wonder. Would you talk about Great. Then again, is things played out? It's in you. Is it? On purpose? Being holed up here? Did M feel truly betrayed? The entry ends abruptly. That must have been one hell of a conversation. The thick journal. Arnold van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away, and then it ended up in the hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. Perhaps he caught a glimpse of the future. Hawthorn tree, on patting the tree, huge the gnarled hawthorn tree.
Wow! A cop limping down the street, bleeding. Cool! That's cool!
No need to dress this one up.
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes.
Are you trying to ask for...
Sorry, detective. Me? It's a boring story, officer.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. That's so cool, officer. Speaking of drugs, unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty. That's very cool.
Sir,
That's cool. That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But,
a blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if...
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work hard.
Realizing he can't get out of it.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for nothing. I told you.
And what?
Crowd, you know.
No, he wasn't. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her.
There you go. A witness with corroborating evidence. It's Ruby.
I don't know. All of them. I don't know.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's still Ruby. Interesting that he doesn't seem...
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about...
Oh, okay.
Because you need to solve the biggest case in the history of criminal sciences.
Oh, I like expeditions. And I like you.
Corruption.
It's just like bus or seagull. A kid watching out of a window describing things go...
Make way for the master poet. I don't want to talk about that.
This guy knows Ruby, no doubt. Just play dumb for now. Get everything out of him you can.
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping.
He still is. Hoping. It's true. We would have caught a lie. But, bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he...
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got it.
Then she may have died. Maybe she dyed it red. Titus said Ruby's hair is...
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go.
We can't just let it...
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's...
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her.
I don't believe you. I just can't, man. I'm not naive. She's got the darkness in her. That young person's dark...
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her. It's snitching, man. I know what it is. I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me too.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay?
He's right. There are... the grey-haired woman. Maybe... Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, push Tommy and it will break his heart. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
I thought you were a different kind.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends. Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation.
Here.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain.
Her lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday. No. I don't know. She left them to me. Because she trusted me.
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside.
I bet you are.
Andy's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to.
Nah. I need to think my own thoughts now.
This screen found A to Z, Contemporain, is...
This is the one our man pointed to.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered. Posters cover the small windows in the back. You can't make out. The door is locked. There's no picket. You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a... The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. These are movie posters featuring style. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy with a hint of amberette wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume, probably Grenade No. 5. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bit. Wait, this actress really does look a lot like Claudia. She may have been right about this. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography. She wasted away in a drug den called Door to the River. Not the actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm good. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key...
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over...
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool.
A 20-kilometer radius at...
Doesn't look like it. It's...
The ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. But one odd detail does. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console. Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating.
Bonne prise.
This large map displays the elevated toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. To Courant, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, this municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of no storm will ever drown Revachol. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital. Now, the rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, they travel from eminent domain to perdition and onto the main. Over the river Esperon, the road spreads. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it. The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just with cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the wincing. Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know.
Best not to disturb them.
The stack of maps looks just like before. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty. It's an issue of Peripherique from last. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex. These formulas look oddly painful.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. He closed the rusty old...
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the comp. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect.
Listening in on your calls between...
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned. And last but not least, it's Ruby's cabin we found. This is an undeniable connection to the Union. Perhaps you're right. This is one connection I find a little dubious, to be honest. I prefer not to profile people.
Actually, he's not bad at it at all. He just doesn't like flimsy connections, especially of this kind.
One way or another, they seem to be. Logistically, if nothing else. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them. We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done, there are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. Sometime later, when we are done. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone. Debrief over. After you.
It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car! J'adore! God is close by, but maybe he doesn't have good enough ears. Let me turn it up so we can lure him here.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Welcome back,